What's that?
Loving.
And the third one is leaving your mark. What's that?
Leaving your mark.
You leave your mark. When you depart from the world, you leave your mark. And that mark stays as long as this world stays. Men may come and men may go, but your mark goes on forever. Even after 500 years from now, these records that you're setting will be remembered, and you will be remembered as a result, correct? Don't you want to be remembered after your death? Don't you think it's a purpose of anybody's life? Yes? Now, Bill Gates, for example, may not be remembered for the fact that he was once the richest man in the world. He will be remembered for the philanthropic activities that he has been involved in, correct? He has been involved in a lot of philanthropic activities. He has contributed more than 90% of Microsoft revenue for the welfare of humanity. And that is going to take Bill Gates' name across centuries and centuries. Now, in our case, we can't really do what Bill Gates has done. Not that we can't do, but we might find it a little difficult and challenging to do. So, these records bridge that gap. Am I right or not? You will be remembered as Bill Gates would be remembered. How about that? You will be remembered in your own ways as Bill Gates would be remembered for his contributions and so on. So I believe that these 3 L's matter in anybody's life. And what are they? Yes. Living is highly different from existing. Many species exist. Only humans can live. Is that right? Many species cannot love, but we can. Am I right? Many species cannot leave a mark as they depart, but we can. Am I right? There are thousands of human beings who have lived in this, not thousands, millions of human beings who have lived in the world and who have passed away, correct? Only a few like you would be remembered, and I want you to have that passion. I want you to have that passion ignited within yourself. I want that fire to be always on within you. Please don't let it down. Please don't let it die for the sake of any discouragements from anybody. People might discourage you. People might say, no, why this unnecessary stuff? You might want to give up at some point in time. There may not be support from people. But still, if you have that passion, if you have that ignited light within you, you are sure to achieve things in life. And you know what? All these make one thing very clear as far as this planet advancement is concerned. And that is making this planet a happy place. Yes or no? The kind of news that we get around in this world through newspapers and television channels and even in the social media, we get to hear all negative news, correct or not? Some rapes, some murders, some corruptions, yes or no? We always get to hear every day there is something negative or the other, yes or not? Now I want you to say yes and no because I want to see your faces through your voices. I said that. Am I right in saying that? The world has a lot of negative news every day, yes or no? This is a positive news we are vibrating today through this summit. How about that? Don't you feel like applauding? Don't you feel like applauding for this wonderful gesture you're all a part of right now? Applaud yourself first of all. If you don't applaud yourself, who else will? Correct? If you don't applaud yourself, who else will? So, I just thought I should really say a couple of things about myself as a parting remark. Number one, I'm called Inspiring Ilango because I received a national award, JCA award in 2009 as an outstanding young Indian. At that point in time, the minister, then Ghulam Nabi Azad, said from that day onwards, I should be known as Inspiring Ilango, not Ordinary Ilango. So I thought that day was a defining day, defining moment for me. I've been born as a visually challenged person. Visually, what's that? challenged person. I thought studying education would be the way I should see the world. I should make people see myself. In other words, I should get the recognition from the planet Earth through education. And what is the result? I was able to score district first in my 10th standard, as I was a student of 10th standard, competing with all the people who could see at that point in time. And then, I could hear only about 4 or 5 hands coming together. How about all the hands put together? All the hands. When I say all, I mean all, without an exception. Unless you have a deficiency, you have a challenge to clap. I understand. But otherwise, please do applaud. Because you're all going to be applauded. Do you want to be applauded? Do you want people to clap for you? Yes? In that case, you should clap for people. If you cannot clap for people, you can't expect people to clap for you. Correct or not? Yes? Yes. So it's not fair on our part to do something which we don't do for others. That's not ethics as well, correct? Yes. Human ethics. If I stamp on your foot, I say, oh, sorry. Also, unless I did it purposefully. But I would say sorry. I would say sorry because it's human courtesy. A dog will not say, oh, sorry. It won't say that. But I will say sorry because I'm a human. And when I applaud, I also display my human trait. Other species cannot applaud, can they? But I can, and you can. So, I was just talking about my credentials as a visually challenged person. Let me make it very short. After finishing my 10th standard, I just went to a school where I was the only visually challenged student, studying along with everybody who could see. I always tell people there's a huge difference between sight and vision. I have no sight, but I have vision. How about that? You can be without sight, but it's absolutely a terrible offense to be without vision. A vision for yourself, a vision for your family, and a vision for the society you live around. All these are very essential human traits, and I understood that. So, during my 12th standard, I managed to score 200 out of 200 in accountancy and commerce in the public examination, following which I joined Loyola College, where I was a gold medalist in my BA and MA consecutively. And then I just did my MPhil, after which I was an assistant professor with the University of Madras, resigned my job, founded an organization called Ace Panacea Life Skills Private Limited. There are 300 trainers enrolled in the network of trainers right now. And I'm happy to say that gone are the days I used to be paid, now I'm paying people. How about that? So, I loved singing. That was my passion. I trained myself in singing. The result was that I've been recognized for my ability to sing 3,500 multilingual songs from memory alone, without looking at notes, obviously. And the other one, you would have heard my voice with several advertisements, as Priya beautifully said. There are several advertisements which feature my voice behind. I may not be in front of the visuals, that is, you may not see my face, but you could hear my voice. Some popular advertisements like Raymond, the mark of a complete man. That's my voice. Prince Jewelry, Panagari Park, Chennai. That's also my voice. For those who are from Tamil Nadu, Adayar Ananda Bhavan Anivarukkum Rumba Piditadu. Another ad. You don't like Adayar Ananda Bhavan? I thought it was very sweet. You should also be equally sweet to applaud. Ever since the organization, the establishment was founded, they have been using my voice without any change. And the MD was kind enough to say that the growth of A to B, that is Adayar Anand Bhavan, was because of my voice. How nice of him. Not because of me. It was magnanimous on his part, basically. Alright, so I have been recognized for being the only visually challenged voiceover artist in the whole world. How about that? I'm a public speaker. I get invitations from across the globe. As far as India is concerned, educational institutions and corporate organizations invite me to inspire people, to instill the never give up spirit among people. And I do that quite convincingly because I don't speak from textbooks. I don't speak from what others have spoken. I speak from my life. How about that? I speak from what I have gone through and what I'm going through. And I tell people it's very easy to be the happiest human in the world because a one-word statement about myself. I don't want to say I'm a world record holder. I don't want to say I'm a qualified MA, MPhil, PhD or PGDT. I don't want to say I'm a brand ambassador of a multinational organization. Yes, I'm a brand ambassador of a multinational organization called NTC Logistics Private Limited, which makes multi-thousand crores at its annual turnover. I don't want to say all that about myself. I want to just make this one statement, a one-liner statement about myself in a nutshell, that I'm the happiest human in the world. I think I need to be given a assist world records for this. The happiest human. Priya,
Yeah.
how about that?
Wonderful, sir.
No, don't. I think she was talking about, Dr. Rajendran, my beloved brother, was talking about in the morning that a record that I'm going to set, not attempt, set, because I know that it's going to be set.
Yeah.
I'm not going to attempt just like that. It is going to be set. And what is that record? The record is the deepest ocean diver in the world as a visually challenged person. How about that? The deepest ocean diver. And I also did paragliding sport. I flew as a solo pilot, flying as a solo pilot 4,000 feet high, alone. How about that? I was not scared at all. A lot of people are scared. What is that fear called? Fear of heights. What is it called technically? Louder. Heightphobia is okay, but the more apt terminology is claustrophobia.
Claustrophobia is, I think, where you are packed in a room and you cannot.
Sophisticated.
Sorry?
Claustrophobia is where you are packed in a room, I guess.
Sophisticated.
No. It is also to do with heights, especially buildings. Tall buildings. Like you say, claustrophobic society, where you find 50-floor apartments in places like the US, for example, which is a very commonality. So I think I have no such fears. In fact, I don't want to really show that I have fear. That's the difference between record holders like us and the rest of the people. Am I right? We do have fear, but we don't want to show that we have fear. And we know how to manage the fear. Is that right? The difference between an extraordinary person and an ordinary person is that a person who is ordinary succumbs to fear and easily gives up. Correct? An extraordinary person goes through fear and he or she manages it very dexterously, very comfortably. Correct? And even anger management also deals with that. You should never suppress or control your anger. You should only manage your anger, correct? You should not really shout and yell and scream at your subordinates by saying, "How dare you do your useless..." You know why? That all be foul words, four-lettered words. So it had to be censored. So all that. So anger management, fear management, crisis management, all these are involved in these world records. Yes or no?
Yes.
You have to manage your fear? Yes. You have to manage your anger? Yes. You have to manage your final word, crisis. Crisis management is the core of the entire stuff. I wish you all the best. I salute you all. And I am really going to join your club very soon, this October or November. And you should welcome me.
So we are welcoming you on behalf of all the record holders. Yes? So welcoming you to the wonders of the world record holders, Mr. Inspiring Ilango.
And you know, Priya, some relationships are healthy and some are unhealthy. When Dr. Rajendran called me, we introduced ourselves over the phone. It became such a very healthy relationship. And Rajendran and Priya also